Hi, it's Lee from coloringqueen.net, and today I've got my Four Seasons colouring book, and I've coloured some of this off screen already. And what I wanted to do with the quilt was replicate the coloured image that they had in the inspirational picture, but with my hand being what it is, once I coloured in those squares softly in pencil, I realised I just wasn't up for doing all the little patterns on it in pencil because my hands are still quite sore. So I thought what I would do is make a fabric quilt out of these self-adhesive pieces of fabric that I got from the discount store in Australia. There was 8 for $2. So I've sorted out the colours that I want to use, and I ended up adding to it. And the great thing about these stickers is that they're like washi tape. You can easily just lift them off if you didn't like where you put them, and I made some mistakes and I just pulled them off. And the way I cut them out was I stuck the sticker on the page and you could actually see through them to see the lines, and then I went around them in a pencil and used a pair of nail clipper scissors to cut them out. Now I was going to use my scalpel, but the blade wasn't that sharp, and with my hand being what it is, I thought I might go through the page, so I thought I'd stick with the scissors. So no doubt you will do a better job. I actually cut a little bit too much off on some of them, but it's fine because all I did was I came along later and I coloured it in with pencil, any bits that I might have made a mess of. And I also used a black Sharpie to put some little stitch lines in at the end. Now some of them are a little bit tricky and you might need tweezers to get them around. I didn't bother to use those. I just used my fat fingers and just stuck them on. But it's actually a fabric quilt because it's actually material. And to neaten up all the edges of the quilt, I used some washi tape that I had. But I was able to get the picture done way quicker, especially with my injured hand, without having to colour myself silly and try and think up patterns. Now if I did have a little stencil that I could have used for patterns, I probably would have used that instead, but all the stencils that I had were really big things and I just didn't have the energy to make up my own little patterns. But you could do that as well if you don't want to draw in all the pretty little flowers etc. that are on this quilt. But I thought rather than making it plain, which was my first thought, that this is what I would do. I would finally use up this material quilt stuff that I've had sitting around the house for ages. And the really great thing is that I was able to just pick it up and move it. Like here I realised that I'd put like a pink square next to the little girl, and so you couldn't really see her face. So later on I actually picked it up and I moved that little sticker there and changed it to something else so that the little girl just didn't blend into the quilt. So hopefully this is a quick way for you to colour in a picture if you're interested in doing something a little bit quicker from time to time, or you just want something different. I use my little scalpel there to lift up some of the stickers when I change them around, but other than that I didn't use it to cut out the little shapes. And you know, judging by the quilts that I've actually hand sewn, this one looks so much like things that I've hand sewn because you know, it's got crooked bits and all the rest of it, which is just like my hand quilting. I'm not the neatest sewer, I'm certainly not the neatest with stickers or anything like that. Really totally uncoordinated. And if there's a quicker way to do it, I'll try and find it rather than battle it out. But any sort of little discrepancies, I just coloured around with my trusty pencil. So that's it from me. I hope that this might help some of you that might be battling injuries or you want to do something different with your colouring books. And until next time, stay safe and happy colouring.